do a wall hanging. This one's to go in my summer house, which is where my office is going to be temporarily. So hopefully I'll still be able to get some YouTube videos up and going. I've had a bit of a problem of late. It's because I've been a bit blank, which we all get as a crafter. All the bits I'm using, this is just from a free magazine that I've had, and I can't remember when. I've got so many papers, but a lot of these bits you might recognise, like the lacy ribbon as well as the wall hanging, and some of these little decorative pieces are actually from Jennings 644. There will be a link to her at the bottom of the page. Some of these bits I've made myself, like the little roses and these little flowers, and of course the stick pin. Also what I'll be using is actually something I won. I won a lovely competition run by a lady called Daisy. It's Tsunami Rose. A lot of people have heard of it. She does some printable journals, is what she calls them, and these are just a couple of the postcards off one of the sheets that came with. This one is it's called Life of Bloom. It's got a lot of lovely girly types of bits and pieces, which is one of the reasons why I love what she does. So let's start gluing and taping and putting this all together. There it is. Trying to find my silicone. I'm using the extra sticky tape. I actually do like to use this on a lot of projects, but we do also sell it at times. I just find that it's really good because you really don't need quite as much as you would a normal sticky tape. It doesn't matter if you go over slightly with the tape, because you can always brush it back in, so that's not too much of a worry. I use the pokey tool for getting this stuff up because it isn't quite so easy to pick up. What I did with the holes, I drew through the hole where the holes came on the paper, and then I used a regular hole punch to create the hole. Tricky bits getting it lined up again. That doesn't want to work. There we go. If you do have little pieces, you can, as I say, just go around and just check, and you sort of just roll it in on itself. And that way you're not getting anything where it shouldn't go. As I say, now this is the fun bit. which is trying to line it all up. There we go. Do the same with these two. Put some tape on. I normally actually use a knife for this rather than scissors. For starters, the blade's easier to clean. Oh no, I've put it there. There we go. And you can rearrange things after you've put it all together. So there's not, you don't have to stick with the way you planned it originally, because you might, while messing around, you might think, ooh, that looks better there. The other problem with this red, very sticky tape is that where the red bit is like a very light sort of plastic, it for some reason likes sticking to you. Sorry. Now it's a matter of assembling where, oh no, actually we better put this on first, haven't we, before we do anything else. For quickness, I'm actually going to use tape around it. Be a lot quicker than trying to put glue everywhere. When you've stuck them down, if you take the top off straight away, when you do your side pieces they'll stick a bit better. Oops. And preferably don't do that. We go. I hope all of you that do craft and enjoy what we do, then I hope you all got bits you might have wanted for Christmas last year, or just gone. There was one thing I wanted more than anything, and didn't expect to get for a while because of cost, but my husband surprised me and I got the eCraft machine for our anniversary, and it not had a chance to play with it too much because where we're moving office, it's going to be a bit tricky trying to play with it and whatever, so we've put it to one side for now, but I will get to play later on. with any luck. And I managed to get two of my daughters to get me the Ladies' Diary collection, and also the little bag. It's like a little tote bag that you put all your glues and little bits and pieces in that you take away, you know, if you're going to crops or things like that, then you take all these little bits and pieces with you. There we go, that's that piece done. And you can move it slightly if it's not quite where you want it. There we go, that's that bit done. These two little roses were actually made using a piece of ribbon and a piece of the red tape. Right, what do we do first? Let's put these bits together. These are just some of the little tiny roses that you can find on most shops, eBay. You can find them in craft shops, anywhere. These are the really dinky ones, which I've had for quite some time. So I'm going to put that there. Work out where you want to put things before gluing it. That way you know you're not thinking, oh, what have I done? Same as all things, it's a matter of finding where you want them all to go. Yep, that will do fine. As my glue gun is not on at the moment, I'm using a favourite silicone. Also, what's good about the silicone is it does leave, it's easier to manipulate a little bit, especially if you're not used to hot guns. And they don't move quite so easily either as with some other glues. And it looks like I'm running short. With the stick pin, it's actually easier to put the glue on the surface before you put the pin in, because this way the pin will then pick up the glue as it goes in. And just basically play. And these little flowers were all just separate pieces that I put together for just this. So now you can put that in there, and if you think that needs a little bit more glue, that's fine, just put some more in there. Oh, doesn't want to play ball today. Some on that just to make sure. Right, sorry about that. My timer ran out and I set a little alarm just so I could hear or know when it was due to re-record. Right, as I said, there we go. Just putting little bits in place With these are buttons that you thread on this way, and I'm doing something different. I'm not using it as a button, as most crafters don't always use buttons as buttons, but we're just taking that little hook off the back, which now gives us a nice flat button. So again, a bit of silicone. Don't need loads with this because we want it to be flattish anyway. It just sits there quite nicely. Do the same with the other one. Yeah. Now we're gonna pop the pearls on and just let it fall how it likes. Yeah, we definitely need to get some more silicone. I only put it on the two ends because that way it sits how it wants, it relaxes, and it's quite nice. One of the keys that I got in a kit from Fiona. Silicone on that one. I was debating about putting this on, but I'm going to leave that one off now. I quite like it as it is. This is generally why you would use a hot gun, because it would take to the metal coming down a lot better. Now we have to put enough on to make it 3D, so there we go. That's that bit done. All that's really left now is to put the ribbon through the holes, and then we're done. And to make life a little easier, I'm putting it in from the front to the back on both. That way you can put yourself a nice knot in the back and not at the front. I was going to put a brighter pink, but thought the organza sits a lot nicer and looks, to me it looks better. It pulls the ribbon and the organza flowers all together. You can hot glue this in place once you're done, which I might decide to do. I haven't thought about that yet. Oh, come on. It is getting cold. I would recommend hot gunning the big ribbon down rather than taping it down. It's a lot quicker. Now for some reason it doesn't want to do as it's told. Isn't a big enough knot. Hopefully that's a bit better. No. Anyway, I will sort that out later. Let's just get this side sorted. If you were hot gluing it in place, it wouldn't matter quite so much, because the glue is really quite strong, so it would make life a little easier. Sorry about that. And if you want, you can lift that up and take them out. Oops. That way. And then you can bring that back over. But if you hot glue all that into place, you won't have the problems. So also it dries a lot quicker than silicone does. But there we are, my first project of 2013, sorry. So I hope you like it, and I hope you've enjoyed, and Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.